tomato say na ye me na me krutiase e na de ho na me ko bisa na de basesi ane tie ye ho kire ye nkrofo ewu madam foni ne ba ewu 1 week akola o muni na ewu.
All my things are gone.
The type of situation we saw in Alajo today, I haven't seen in a long time.
They are suffering. But this one, I don't think you can blame anybody. You can't blame anybody.
You can't blame anybody?
No. You only manage ourselves, that's all.
As some residents call on government for urgent action, others blame the indiscriminate disposal of waste into drains as a major contributor to the flooding.
Bridges so bolegu one of best bolewe say so ka to see still esa be yida for ebiem e na emo alajo say a big problem e wa alajo a bole elugu gotamu no yeden enye obi betimi ane atete robem atwatu nsuom na nchi bi ni edugum kama bi ni edugum sisi ya nsuo abefa ya yedemu nyama ina say one e boy.
With the room conditions, we are not able to sleep, as I said earlier on, because like there's mud inside the room, so you have to do proper cleaning before you can even sleep.
Standing here is a home in Aveno. It's already past 11 p.m. and residents in this house are already outside thinking of where to sleep tonight. They tell me since Monday, life has not been easy at all. Where to sleep is a problem. What to eat is a bother to them. How to go back to work, how to resume to their normal life is nothing good writing home about. So this moment, they need help.
69 years after independence, Ghana is still battling devastating floods. While we look to government for lasting solutions, each of us also has a responsibility to keep our drains free from waste and protect our environment.
The Ghana we want tomorrow is built by the choices we make today. Effective 1st January 2027, the Environmental Protection Authority, EPA, bans all expanded polystyrene products, including
styrene, particularly styrofoam products, if that's what you're used to. And so if you missed that directive by the president, here is a take a look.
The things we intend to do is to ban styrofoam as a food packaging material. One of the most pernicious polluters is styrofoam plastic. When you go to buy your food and they put it in that white plastic something, and then you finish eating, you just dump it. That is one of the biggest polluters. And so we're going to ban the importation of styrofoam plastics. We have to use paper packaging or aluminium foil for packaging our food. And so I'm informing the manufacturers and importers of styrofoam. With the Ministry of Environment, soon we're going to ban the importation of styrofoam and production of styrofoam in Ghana. Our food packaging will be made from paper and also from aluminium material. Fellow Ghanaians, the journey from landfill, fellow Ghanaians, it sounds very familiar, yeah?
Is it not testing? Food gives you joy.
Is acting directly in connection or directly under the president's president said that why not? Let's ban polystyrene, and the EPA is doing just that. But beyond that, there's a lot of you here watching us. Before we go into demonstrations, before we even get to know how much it affects your health and even the environment, I want one of you to just join me here and come and tell me they themselves how much they have learned. It doesn't help your health, or it doesn't even help the environment. Who wants to come and join me? And then I want to say, I first styrofoam who winning says, I will use what now enunti EPA say, I was say it to me, Barney. Wana ene beti me about the catcher me. And I'm a casa member. Mianka sa membrana. Mo GHOne. Now, Obi Beba Minchen, I'd like to take a minute to acknowledge the presence of Madame Mary Afrowa Najin Queen Messi Afrowa Najin, the Queen Mother or the President of Greater Accra Market Association. She's also a Queen Mother of Abola Wampraku Manye. I have to go and apologize for massacring the name, but Na Afrowa Dade Mpadua the first. Manye ofane imbomode. Feel feel ko. Okay. Na Afrowa Dade Mpadua the first. Abola Wamprakwa Manye. Messi na Afrowa Nijan. And let you, Manchester be a Igbeni pan, just say, and cry back from Mojamu, why. Well, let's just even make it even more practical for you to understand, even before we go and we have a doctor come and talk to us about how the styrofoam or how the styrofoam or polystyrene products may affect us. And I am expecting to see the bus stop boys a bit later to come and do a demonstration. But one of my friends, the bus stop boys, who are trying their best to keep Ghana here clean, let me hear the applause for them. Bus stop boys, how, if we use a styrofoam, how it affects us. Bus stop boy, ladies and gentlemen, the bus stop boy. Bus stop boy.
it releases toxins. The styrofoam releases toxins into the food that you are going to eat. As you eat that food, you are exposed to carcinogenic substances or agents that can cause cancer onto yourself. When acidic food come into contact with this, sometimes we put apples into this. We put citrus food like orange juice into it. They all are acidic food. At times we put oily food like shito, the wache that we eat, the shito, the oily part of the stew. They all come into contact with this, and they are all harmful to our health. When they get contact into this acidic food, hot food, and food that are not environmentally friendly. So we are saying for styrofoam, for that matter, it's not good for our health. At times, people even burn it. When they set fire into these styrofoams, it also releases these toxins, and we breathe them, and we are all exposed to all cancer agents that we are talking about. So we are saying no to styrofoam. We are saying no to takeaway packs. We are saying no to all products that come from this polystyrene come the 1st of January 2027. So the support is what we need from the public. Your health is so dear to us. One will ask, if I don't use takeaway pack, what should I use? There are a lot of alternatives that are there. The leaves are there, the paper is there, the aluminum foil is there, all the bamboo and the fibers are there. You can use all this. And anytime it's rain, it is true that they contribute to the flooding as well because they don't degrade easily. They are not biodegradable. They also choke the drains. That also constitutes the flood that we all experience. So let's say no to styrofoam products. We are saying no to takeaway packs. Let's all come on board, and the environment will be friendly. Our health will be safeguarded, and we will all be good to go. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Mr. Lomote, what's why Papa? Mr. Lomote, you come and let's try. Nana him say I was say a kind of local language more. Aye. My girl find the animal my bomodi if you what honey Omo mo beti mi akakasa no my girl ya arrangement nyina obi a betin de kasa ye beka igbe ye beka chi ye beka brofo ye beka nkran wo ba wie gan ko no o ne mo chi onu. Thank you very much. We're still getting ready for the bus stop boys, but you know, apart from your health, you definitely know that it affects the environment. And sometimes we're almost crucifying the Accra mayor that, well, every time we come to Accra, it's not clean, they're not keeping the environment quite sanitized. But it's quite budget constrained, right? Imagine that the assemblies have been giving a budget to take care of our sanitations, but and it's largely from these ones that they're not able to sanitize away from the environment. So it would have been the mayor himself coming to address you for you to understand how much it strains the budget. But of course, we're happy to have Victor Kote, who is representing the mayor, to come and let us understand why, when they're cleaning the environment or in your very localized area, this affects you. And no matter how much the government is able to put a budget aside to take care of it, it's quite unsustainable. And the most sustainable way is to be able to ban it. So ladies and gentlemen, let's be kind with the applause. Let's welcome Victor Kote to tell us what you definitely need to know. Maybe this will shake you up.
Yeah, thank you very much, Madam. I would like to stand on existing protocols to deliver or to make my address. For the sake of the audience, you know, we are doing this in Mokola, and Mokola is basically a trading area, so I'll mix the languages. I'll start with English, speak a bit Ga, and then a bit of Chi, because my Chi is not very good. Yeah. Someone is asking what happens to Ewe. I wouldn't want to crucify myself, so you let me be comfortable with the two languages. Yes, polystyrene, or some people also refer to it as styrofoam. Why is it a major concern as far as the environment is concerned. Why is it a major issue? You know, as we all know, almost every weekend there are social functions across the city. And in social functions around here, a lot of drinks and then food is served. Most of this food is packed in polystyrene or styrofoam, as some may refer to it. And then also even in our homes. You know, when we are growing up at Osu, when we are sent to market or a place to buy ready prepared food, we go along with our own bowls, we go along with our own pans in baskets to go and buy food. And then we use these receptacles or bowls many times. But now the story has changed. People moving from their homes to go and buy food just some few meters away will just go empty-handed and then expect the food to be served in either polystyrene or other form of packaging that are not reusable. And most of these things, after use, ends up in our drains, in our environment, and some places that create a whole lot of problems for us. For example, there's a park at Bukun Square where almost every weekend a function I want to localize this so that we'll be able to identify with the issue. Where almost every weekend there's one function or the other going on there. And in the evenings, or in the mornings after these programs, you see a lot of polystyrene around. And then also there's a drain from Salaga Market down to London Market and then across the street to the Kole Lagoon. And almost every month, we work on this drain. And most of the material that we salvage or that we remove or collect from this drain is mostly either plastic bags, plastic bottles, and then takeaway packs, polystyrene as is popularly known around here. And the question is, how do they get into the drain? Because these materials are very light, and then also because people who use this thing dispose of them carelessly, they end up in the drains. And we spend so much money in cleaning these drains. I'm just using the London Market drain as an example, but there are several of them across the city. Even as we stand here now, if you open the covers on the drains around here, about 50% of the content will be plastic or plastic-related material. And of these, 30% I'm sure will be polystyrene. And the amount of money we spend in cleaning even 100 meters of drain is so much. For example, the London Market drain. Any time that we work on that drain, we spend well over 100,000 Ghana cedis just on one cleaning exercise along the London Market drain. So if you are doing just that about 50 times in a year, we can just imagine the amount that is spent on London Market drain just to clear polystyrene and other plastics from it. So you see, I want us to understand the problem that we are dealing with and then our role in creating these problems and then what is expected of us to solve these problems. I would like to explain this in Ghana so that then I'll continue from there. About when I get take away any being any BPA work a few only. Da ochi na gbe kaote gamanti asemi either afi yala alo awo bigbe alo apeyo ni wo bi egbe ke afi ni BPA ni eni ke danjino ni asevo yesisi ni BPA ne ke take away ni bi na lomi akeni bi ewo kamoko ejesiapo ni eya ni eya he ekwende ni na ho omo alo ampesi alo nokwe chuchukwe ka achuwo no ayi ni wo ke chins josian keya ni wa hio ke wo mi ko ba ko yi ni eta o sami o ke bu eko be ko kro ko ayi ni o wo eko o ke te o ka ayi ni si mo na mi jino no na o ba na ga mo ko josian ni ya ni ayi ni eye noko eye e wa be nyunma be e pagba gesin akeni ni e ba wo take away pack me no bia no nle kaji wo mami me ka wo na me ame pachi nzemo keshi aba no ani bia na gbe kan bia ka ma ni abe ka me de nyuma ya alo ekwe awo mlakwa keshi bia na ke a he ni na ba ye akechins alo bo kwa ka don si wo ka ni nyuma ya bona fe ni aka wo take away mi awo na ga ma je take away na nka ke ba je no ko ni anyo akefi onoko ke akayi ni sko mi ebe aba chefo ni be piu ke aba chefo le won aka ni wote me pio wo small ni wo pio me ni amewole wo jo e wo keke wo gbe efon efe no ba se me ko me hu akaba oglogami lebi ma pa ko te buzia toilet yi etele nu ke gloga sije nu pe yo mi eke bola jo e kene ke take away ni bi ne ke roba kokume eke wo me be achon ke wo gota mi ni nege gota ne e floa on ka woti o kole mi keke be no ana nege ni bi ne fe agbe na ye kole mi be ko me wenye ya be sani mi wo ba no ba je gota mi ni ka wa je mi ska nyomo ni ebowo je no ko bibio ka wo tunis ko me London market gota ne here je gota fe po si afafi o ko no ba tun e wonyo fit to mo 100,000 blema 1 billion ye gota mi jimo ni oba bia ga shi kaji da nyonko mi o chune ke ni ne shenyo be na fi ba gbo ska enyo fite gota yi no bi o ya ga shi school chu yin yo wo kuchi ya mi wo bi o ya ga shi help post yin yo wo kuchi ya mi ni ska no ba nya no ga ne ga ma je ni bi ne afi be o ke nje gota mi be pia me ba assembly ga shi amebi amengma exams ame pass Jamena scan kwa chon school no amenkpa gba gashi awa me gbeko no si nege scan kwa wa no geji ogota mi ekuchi ya mi o npa yen fa mami me o npa yen fa ke chin si enye pa he mo manye bi ene ebi baba o ye bi ene jala ye pi ye bi ene manye won pa fa ke ale no nyawo mla kwa gashi chin si apa he mo won pa fa ko ni enye ko na ka mla e ko ni wajin si ya market agashi won pa en fai ye hi achinzi kama mo shia ni ka be kan bi ya ni ameka he ko ni ameku se ni amekeba moko ba bi agashi no ka aka ni bi wo take away me people may be asking so what are the alternatives apart from the alternatives to the polystyrene you know in front of us we have so many of them we have the leaves that are so it has its own flavor that it does to whatever we are eating from it. We also have the plastic, we also have the paper packaging, which over a period of time, they integrate or they could even be recycled. But polystyrene, let's not deceive ourselves. It's not easy, even if it's possible at all, to recycle polystyrene. Because I'm here to identify an efficient technology that can efficiently recycle polystyrene. So please, let's avoid or minimize the use of this polystyrene. Come 1st November, the ban will take effect. Beni kawo jeblo na afi here shishin ne ke take away ne abakpa use mo. Ron pa fai keje bia na ahun kasi beni ban ne baba no. Ni awo chake agbe ano ni woke ne ke ni ne chuo ni wo he chin si ye na ke ye ni kon fe program ne ke paper ni bi ne bona le ke shame jala wa wo he ko ni aka park ni bi ni me ke ya shian bona fe ni keji nyumbo ne ke ma je bi e ka fe na gba we ja ke ene me fe about your colleague ni ke nyumbo ne last month no ni happy wo fe eye wojo mo mi olo no won pa yen fai je ke kon awu asisi bona fe ni wo manti ase mi achi ni flooding ke ni bi fe e ba shi nye you adon
Oyiwadon, Uncle Victor, Oyiwadon. Manye denche questions if you're ready. Ke be share manye bodenche. See you Thomas Epi. Call Bill question banu first and quicker. Well, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the Lions Club. I'm not surprised that the Lions Club are duly represented here. You know what they do in our communities everywhere they cause. So you can see them in the yellow outfits over there. Ladies and gentlemen, let's acknowledge them in strong solidarity with the EPA. And for a good cause, they have come here. Thank you so much. The boss herself wanted me to acknowledge you very well. So this is a special acknowledgement, Lions Club. Thank you so much for coming. Bastard boys, am I ready now? Bastard boys, you ready? In a muchin kosia shami hinimusa. Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, munim bastard boys, omo ye juma pants, yen from Sembo, and show momo betray idea. Esi so what did you was take away park more. Ladies and gentlemen, let's be kind with the applause.
Thank you. All protocol duly observed. Our purpose here is just one. Just to demonstrate to everybody who is watching what exactly this is about. Of course, what I told you know for a fact that the heat, brown. But if I say practical demonstration, I should be know exactly what it is about. We are petroleum products. Enti mami adewe. Enti we pan we shi nim obi a shebi. And we so and I made a demonstration. Because a petroleum product, say petrol, and a turpentine, and a crazy car, and nane. It is also the Adriania air shigumwa, Saquine fast on naneno, a befa Saquine swama, a petrol nibi, about Adrianim. Young name said the enemy of petrol, a heat. And unti ana petrol, a jacana, na ayasem casiano. Eti petrol, any a di gusono. Faguso. Yadi gusuna se wo observe ya bo sa de no esesa completely kakrakra egusu a esesa hwani nyina guso eye eti yama ya ho sima kakra bi within some few minutes you completely see nothing but the whole thing will dissolve together with the petrol. Just to let you know, sir, if it dissolves in fuel or petrol or kerosene or turpentine, then it's clear example for you to know, sir, this is not your friend. Because the moment you add heat, it is equally going to melt just as it is ongoing on your screens. So as you can see, the whole takeaway or styrofoam is not a friend to no human being. So the purpose of this demonstration is practical number one, just to let you know that styrofoam is a petroleum product. And for that matter, do not, for any reason, put heat in contact or don't bring it in contact with heat. Aside from this, now, the CIA practical will be a take away in the way. It's a day where we go ra umojam and also blood streams more. Then obviously you know why cancer will continue to exist with us. Yes, also I will go for the brand. Yes, there. Yeah, I'm going to be about the iron for baby room now. You move send it here. And move on room now. Yen twaso. Yes, also Chico Siakakra. Near said when Ankasa petroleum products because petrol can and nane. Because of that, in Timenfa Adia she engumuno. Yes, also Chicosia and Akosiano so shikama. Yadi 2 millions, Yababa, dear Emuno aye because of heat kakrana, a can a year take away no. So Shakosia did she the 2 muya, baby I will be a major. Kosiana had the 2 muno, Yendidi and Kobe bia. Oshabon said part of it, I rather that. Bisa away, our Dianim. And until as a EPS or Bandia or so do Jim. Say BBC or China, na EPS when Yam Bandia. My example went through with him. Then who say it's not just about EPA, a own quantia. And I asked a demonstration way, and I say I see a deal with the free system. See, and me and 2 way I said there, and then I ran the other try and charge it. And until you go Colebo, I say bed in your bed, new one, because Nippon did do away with the Dawson. And the other done it, the actual. One who say, well, a petrol, I say, any day, Potoka say, yes, petroleum product. And you will fear, I was with me up a crazy kakra, petapentine kakra, Nasha be now the Fergus, Nasha de Bacosi. Say petrol and pay Jadia, anyway, and far there, a she engum. And the seminary in say, Severe, this a war, what you say, now shall say, oh, shy away, and as a one gets abandoned war trim, Zuko third, and I make I see a son. Mamma, mammy, I know me bow near the sea basket, near the net, Eguso. Me Jimmy watch here, at the Guya bow near the Beffy. Let me adopt some method, any strategies that in Abbey. I'm a mine be ye, and to yes, so you let me here. Young ways where they go see here. Uja ways and also another brown, Ewasiano, and see a petroleum products piano and pay heat. It is obi any question be beside there. And then asem no to fan bom no. Yes, styrofoam, aka take away a petroleum product. Petrol na chiwa de a heat. It would be aduane e shigumu a de be any other na di e de akere mu. E da mu nyina ase.
Pastor boys, my idea pa. Mama asem na ye tie. And go for better asia pa. Na as a prophet ka by engine di e go share ya mo che e ko me hwenu mu sei de ma ye ni nie. So the Pastor boys just demonstrating what really happens if you use a styrofoam product, especially if you use it as your place for your meals, especially with hot food. This is what can happen. That's how dangerous this can be. Ladies and gentlemen, what you've just watched is a demonstration by the Pastor boys. Meja mamu na mamunchechimu.
Auntie, we be having our share ya. I take away we happy, and I did do by 10 or more. A good petrol mu. The good petrol ni mu the aye and a miniano a demonstrative or hotel no. Safes na wani udu TV na to wanso. Ye bi akire o fako form kakra. Chiano. Aha. Ye bi akire na wanso hu se ne yete. It is a casa de way or see a chasso and I a bande or Ghana ha. Now may assure say on me by adrian cry. Aside from that, in some way and protocol when you say and decompose. And most of the time, ye ragata nasini a juma and prefer a share of money bini. Ye didn't talk on a so I say, wow, sometimes I will be tea because I'm here stubborn. And aside from say a harmful to our health, no, a sanso empro and a munti and a 29th June 2026. So here, I was so near and Yamana Huno. Now we be Eddie and Wakotin pa. And see, say a brass on and penny for as a more bandea. Ye Janasi a demonstrati, Ama Obia who the need, the purpose, and the necessity as to why exactly we need to ban some of these things. Because truth be told, if we continue to eat from such food packaging, then of course beds will never be enough at Kolebu or any other hospital. Because from this we can proudly say that thousands, 20 more will go to Kolebu on a day. And no government can provide thousands of beds in hospitals every month. It is not possible. So for us to be able to deal with what we call disease or illnesses, we must tackle the root cause. And the root cause is filth, aka a fee. That is what we need to tackle. Almost every disease that come to us because they get their foundation and their strength from a fee. And somebody might be asking, what is the alternative? One of this, or this is one of the alternatives. That is another alternative. We have what you call the corn stack. You read a bro, and I say, yeah, any more bro no. A bro in Tatan Yamaniama no, so you have to food packaging. Sounds on a pash, and also we are shady, we are fitane woman, and also you have the ASR food packaging. A whole it is a wound to me if I were chancing and koto watching. Oh, qua, Wakachen say, oh, my be say, way, you the petrol, you the share petrol more, be anyway, Bessie, because way and your petroleum products. Chiani na almost any who be anyway, Bessie. Maybe I know, be say, I then how the petrol.
Pastor boys. When you send your Yakuma pa, what to Yakuma, ye need you move your way, yet that's a pa. Mama Yambon, some member. Apart from when no Pastor boys, someone imagine more, yeah. Generally, they're very concerned about the environment. So you've seen this gentleman doing a lot of videos demonstrating some of the activities we do that affect us so much. Yeah, that's a palm. Now, when we're done, we're definitely going to carry the message in different languages, and I'm excited that my sisters are here to be doing that. I'll just take a minute to acknowledge the presence of our beauty queens. I've got Dede. She is winner Ghana's Most Beautiful 2020. I've also got Abina. She's winner Ghana's Most Beautiful 2018 for the Eastern region. And Salom, of course. So Salom don't work about it. Salom for the Volta region 2023. Teya, winner Ghana's Most Beautiful Northern region. I've also got Tewa Ghana's Most Beautiful Central Region Rep 2018. Wekia, Ghana's Most Beautiful Upper West Region 2018. And Na as well, Ghana's Most Beautiful Greater Accra Rep 2018. Na nomi asanima baoje kono cho mi bene na gbe achole. Well, we'll hear from the EPA boss herself shortly, but Prof, I think you should have your pen and paper quite ready, because before you would come and give a presentation, the roadmap, how you intend to go about this, I think that Manye herself, she has her microphone, she has concerns, she has questions. Jane Manye Komepe, we also have others who have questions, concerns. What are the alternatives? If you're watching me today, you're probably asking, but we've been eating in this thing for years. And how did you and then for so many years, and before we hear from the EPA boss herself, let's hear from Manye, who speaks on behalf of the many women that are doing business here in the heart of Accra, who as well is concerned about her community, those who are running businesses with these styrofoams and wondering, are they going to be out of business, or is this the only alternative? Must we ban it? Earlier, one of my speakers made a mistake and said that it will be 1st November. No, I want to remind you that it's 1st January 2027 and it hasn't changed yet. And so before we hear from the EPA boss, Manye, Ofaine.
Yo, Nyemi, Oyiradon. Ye find my panya find na code few nye na mobile. Jano ye fe come femo. E come femo. E come femo. You wonder you washing. Ake ma ebu yakunta. Ake ke no ko ye ne fe. Ne ba fe jano ye. Sana chia benke wo. Na ke wa susue. Na ke wa yue. Sinyale makanya noko. Experience ko ni mina ewo engona wa akepako Ghana no ni Ghana ejo ihe akasa ne abad ne keteka we ne ifagbe inter conference ni ya jano yo papa ifila ka hingbe egbele iye tinsi ya shia nwe ko ajake mahami wait ni shikena ka shitojele no wo take away park mi ishi song iye banku iye ni nyebia kengbe je Ghana iye America to ni tele banku kate shi ni kaniyete in traveling bag mi e won kate hotel room shi lebi ni ye mi ni nka wo daspa na mi ye iye hotel room na batra kokoko na bi mi aka ene ngbe nkeje ni nka o nkaje Ghana akeda abi nkaka wo daspan mi kan small ni manasa ne na ka mi akote ben kota ni on traveling bag mi kan se Ghana ni nka wo bola mi ye jeme because America say na mena ablo ni ne kan ni ne bo wo take away ni bi ye mane ko kwe beke bibio edako ake kidney ake liver ake neke chuchu kagbeke ye kwasi oko she na je kwasi oko e kidney e liver minikeba take away na ke feba take away no ke feba e wo e ba fe mi ake kaka ba bande ni papa ni sani wo mo mi shimbo jano ye no ji wo no mu ko jala ye bi fe about 1/4 I'm a whole take away pass because no jala by aye birthday me ko me ka me ta shia po na me ba ya am shia ni fufu ka wonu am here take away pack na me ya sanka am ya chinsi ya shia e wo oba biake ni no efe jala ni ye pi ho ka bande potness many ho mina machu agbene many few factory here am o mina ba afe e wo ni wo bi o ake wo ye ne wo chuoni ake kok o chuoni o kaye ni e wo chuoni ni wo jioni e wo cha wo the next no bi atone number Atomi nene aka shefe take away park. Atoni nene bar. Wabane ko the best. No okay yeni. All of a sudden na ba agbele wo ingbe ake ba aka babankudo ake roba. Na ake roba ake banku ho temi eke hela wo banku mi. Dani wo jio. E wo ye ko banku wo hela omo. Ni hela waka wa shikaya he kodi emowo ewa wan kwafai ike president ke ibi ba pe kobe akosa na band agbene atowo me ni ho take away pack ka me ho do ingba ma na ne ke paper pack ni bi ne kodi amehe na me ho because naturally ka band there Nitwake mubia mo will be obliged. I can help papa say. It was many who take a come home. Abahe. I can take away bedon. It was mean papa. I show na how she wo. I can neke paper packs ne a bafa. No one will be any your jalambanya mehe. Na me ba home. Koni amedangma aka wame. I know my jira branye. Yefane ingbe. I told me honorable Messina Afro Nijan. Meji President, Greater Accra Market Association. She manye Jimmy. Ni sengbeji. Na Afro Dade Mpadua the first. Abola Wamprakwa. Manye. Nyeiradon.
Thank you very much, Manye. Manye, on in Uchumoefe, very simple. Wonderboshi. Well, the question has been that if we stop the women who already have, who already have a lot of stock, what would they do? Manye herself is directing them the alternatives. There are so many options available, and how we're going to go about it, we'll be hearing from the EPA boss herself. Prof herself is getting ready. We as well will hear from the Lions Club. But before that, let's engage the market women. Those who are into this business, those who grew up eating in this styrofoams, those who are actually doing this business, some of them were handed down by their fathers, their mothers, family businesses. And what are their concerns? Because the professor herself will be addressing us, she'll just be taking notes of their questions, their concerns, and then she'll address them. But if you just join us, I'd like to remind you that we're transmitting live from the heart of Accra, Makola Market itself, particularly Rollins Park here. And we're live on Joy News, we're live on TV3, we're live on GHOne, we're as well live on UTV. And what's really the concern? The EPA is launching its public awareness campaign ahead of the 1st January 2026 ban on polystyrenes or styrofoam products. But let's just learn a thing or two before we hear from our mothers who are trading in this heart of Accra. So here is the campaign theme that I want you to, when you wake up in the morning, you remember, Kojari Albekai, Didi Albekai, Obechere Oba Oko School, Soon Concoche, Ninianomen, and down for Ewo School Mo. So when I say Ghana bans polystyrene foam products, I want to hear you say, protecting the environment, our collective responsibility. Ghana bans polystyrene products. And as a prof, but baby, your responsibility is to say protecting the environment, our collective responsibility. Let's try. Ghana bans polystyrene foam products. You're such an audience. I think you should clap for yourselves before we try it again. Ghana bans polystyrene foam products. Oh, Prof. Yapon. Well, let's invite our mothers who do the business here. Mo find a bar. Badomobie no okay. Okay, me ogbe. Or what language will you speak? I love the English. Yeah? When you speak the English, then you teach me the Ga.
Hello, everyone. Jano yefe eko be femo. Eko be femo. Eko be femo.
No ni he wale yo.
Wanda non church yake menek bine. Wabak be ye neke important program ne hiwo. Because bene no program ne in the first place me nake e wa we jake e bagba wo business women na. But no wababi ne demonstration na fe. Ni wo fe wona ni at the end of it all like ha cancer. But sani wona ke e sani wo fe wo wa koni ne ke nuchu mo na aya no. E ya ke cancer is a deadly disease. Ni e bagba wona wa what low cancer wo bi. Ni wo ke nye. E wo he like pig ne gba wona. She ni ta ma bia ke ehi na akpa ni sade no ne ni ngba ne. Wona ni te no. Nika okwe God said they choke any it means like poly product said what disposal anyhow no ni hani ni be a choke or the egba wana she min bi ake wo ba pa mo ne wo jano ye ni mini do machine in shop eyi ke poly products min bi ake ale no ke aban bi ane because from now till 1st of January in stock if you be ake fair ba adenta Nika shika wo mi and the government if you what they were ba fit I can shika feel no your fan work wo mi e work pa home obi and then it was talk your shop me they were ba fit Thank you
so much. You didn't tell me your name.
I'm Vivian Echampong from Abeka Market.
From Abeka Market.
Sure.
And you sell styrofoam products.
I sell
the takeaway packs.
Packs and stuff.
Okay, and you have a lot of stock.
A lot.
And you're asking government what they would do.
What they will
between
do.
now and 1st January, you're unable to sell all of that.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank everyone.
You're welcome. Please. Fine. No milk bear.
Jana ye fe ko be fe mo. Ye fa de I told me Alima to Abdullahi. Ho ni agbogbolosi. Millennium Market. Lebine woba program anu kwale sande no ni woba nane shock me. Ni anu kwale take away pack say what few programs be. Ni ke wona take away. Wonya wo fini rubber bag me. Na at the same time I was few rubber bag then work a war take away pack me. She nete direct ne. And in na shock ake petrol nye esha. Take away pack. Ewo mimbia ke paper ni ba abanye ne a distribute ahamo fiamo ni ho take away pack lo koni amekpa take away allo abahe take away pack say ya mede na ha me paper pack lo.
Thank you so much. So Prof, just make notes. So she's asking, can there be some sort of exchange? So she sells the styrofoam, the one we're hoping to get rid of. And you've just introduced to us the alternatives. You are yet to actually walk us through the alternatives. But she's asking whether when the alternatives come, will you come and do exchange? Thank you. Imbi Prof, thank you very much. Please, can I have the next person? Yes.
Fine, come femo. Engon na wa ke program no wa fe wa banane e fine wa she no ni mi hu mi sma ke ma bia ke paper na akeba ejala ye market ke na ejala ke won kwe different agboye mi e wo ale no ni to be ni wonye mi wi echon ye na ewie amba ha ni paper ba she ha wo be na fe na ke ni ho mo e ke ni bia afe pepe alo agbene hue mi ke bofe waba na no ni ete no ye bie be na ke petrol hwe no na esha e woni to mi aka ni bi baba ho ne ke ba wo gbomoche ami e wo ihio ya ke mi ke bo nwene no ni waba na ne wo ba le wo he no kwamo ye ne ke take away ne esa ni wonye wo chi wo he ye he kwani wo gbomode ni no na ke mbajala mi ye wo ke no atuni be na fe ni eye mu ni mi ke bofe wana gbomocho he wale nye iradon ofa no chogbe ofa ne achomi hanala say ihoni yetama station.
Thank you very much, Auntie Anna. Questionnaire. So essentially pricing, Prof. She's asking your pricing. So she's done a bit of math and she thinks that the price for the new or the alternative is expensive. So would you do some subsidies for them? Ma, I'll find it back.
Jano yefe kome femo. Kome femo. Kome femo. Mene ablochi mami woyo. Ejeke won kwe ko onu twa ngopi. Engon na wa ya mene shini wo bata na ehe. Ejake neke yi tonne won susu he che. Ni wo lebo ni wo ba fe. Ni na me aboni hi ekpata. Na ni bi baba o ne sue wo. No mene shini wo ta ne. E ba ha mene kan ka she ma wo. Ni malala mo papa. No mene ha go batra shi mene ka me iradon. Yehowa nyombo adwo ame. Ejake efemi na pe. Wo gbeke bi asin. Neka kotobare ko ye ni ye bi yen. No ka shi owo wa. Na no neba. Na no neba. No mi enwe pi. Min da me shi ye mene shi ni wo bata ne. Ake no na meke eba mi. Ni ame momi. Ni neka paper bag na choke he wo ni baba ne. Aha ejala abashi. Shimie bol na ke yoni ponsumo. Eja ke kami ni yeli e ngona pa. Kami ni yeli e ha agbomocho he wale. No mi e kaka nkomi e no na ke wo fe wo momi ko ni wo manga na afefew. Wo fe wo momi ko do shran ke na agbadi ba ne e sa fokura. Yeah, you are done.
I know you are done. That's all about.
Ofane, Baji, Mrs. Elizabeth Nade Abe, aka someone.
AKA Mini.
Someone.
Come on. Oh, you are done. Someone. Well, it is still pricing issue at the Braka market only. Okay, someone, if I know you are done. So that's it for the concerns as well as pricing as well, Prof. But of course, I want to hear from the Lions Club, especially because I gave them some special acknowledgements. This is another special acknowledgement. Please join me here.
Thank you.
For your comments, solidarity message, any concerns as well, questions for the EPA boss, please. Here you go.
Oh, hello. Good morning still. We're standing on behalf of our district governor, Honorable Pramanson. We'd just like to say a big thank you to the CEO of the EPA. So we are from Lions Clubs International, the largest humanitarian organization globally. And basically what we do is offer support to the communities that we serve. Globally, we have about 1.4 million members, but locally in Ghana, we have about 1,400 members, 55 clubs nationwide, and we are here to support. Normally, we have 8 thematic areas where we serve, running from youth, vision, diabetes, humanitarian, childhood cancer, hunger, and one of it is the environment, which is why we are here today. So we took a decision to collaborate with the EPA, and under the kind gesture of the CEO, Lions Club International Ghana, District 418, will be supporting the EPA in rolling out the Say No to Styrofoam products. So we'll be collaborating on a range of campaigns from now to December and stand firmly behind the EPA so that when the ban comes effective 1st of January, your Lions are here. So we are a proud organization. Those of you who are interested in joining Lions Club International, please feel free to approach one of us. But just to mention to the CEO of the EPA, we bring you fraternal greetings from our district governor and all members of District 418 Ghana. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. But you didn't tell us your name, did you?
My name is Lion Dr. Ralph Neokai Tetiamlalo, the District Cabinet Secretary. Yeah.
Thank you so much. You guys should applaud better. They have pledged their support. They're going to be part of the campaign all through to December. Thank you so much to the Lions Club International. Ladies and gentlemen, a very important point we are for this event and this campaign. I want to see if you're good students. I want to see if you're good students. So Ghana bans polystyrene foam products. You're all amazing. I think you should clap for yourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, with a big round of applause. I will invite the EPA boss, Professor Nana Ama Brown Kluche, to give us the roadmap, what this campaign is about, how they intend to go about it, and all the concerns raised by the Queen Mother herself and the market's women.
Thank you, MFA. Thank you all for making it here. Thank you, our Queen Mother and your market women. Thank you, EPA staff, and all Ghanaians gathered here. And thanks to our viewers as well. Ghana is at a critical stage in its environmental management and sustainable development journey. We know that over the past decades, the 3 decades, thank you. Plastics have become heavily embedded in our national economy, and they support also key sectors in the economy. Whilst plastics have provided convenience and also cost advantages to us, their use, especially in the single-use plastics, have resulted in heavy environmental consequences, including health challenges as well. Today, the Environmental Protection Authority is here to officially launch the awareness campaign against the ban on this polystyrene, styrofoam, takeaway packs. Some we use for sealing in our buildings, some we use for mattresses that we sleep on, some we use for packaging, for transportation, and many more that we know of. So this awareness is about education, and we are happy the Backstop Boys have come to demonstrate how toxic these packs that we eat from are. So we are here to launch the campaign. All of us must get involved. All of us, I mean every Ghanaian, I mean every sector of the economy must get involved in this. For many years, styrofoam has become part of our lives. It carries our food in our homes, food on the streets, our beverages, which we use the cups for, in our restaurants, in our schools. Everywhere we turn around, we see these styrofoams. They have become part of our everyday lives. So we understand the difficulty and understand the questions the market women also ask. We'll provide answers as well. It's not going to be easy, we understand. But this is the same time the convenience we have also come at a high environmental cost. We can no longer overlook the problems or the challenges these packs, the styrofoams, and the products that they come with are giving us, both the environmental challenges and the health challenges that they are giving us. And so we must all be part of this campaign. When you look around from Accra, Takoradi, Kumasi, across the country, we see our gutters choked with these products. We see our gutters choked with styrofoam packs. We see polystyrene products choking our gutters, single-use plastic choking our gutters. The flood of 2015, if I'm not reminding Ghanaians of that sad event, that's over 10 years already. We are still battling with how to deal with floods. And we know one solution is to ban these styrofoam. We thank the president for this push on all of us Ghanaians. And if all of us join in this campaign, we believe we'll make a very big gain for our environment. We'll clean Ghana and have a healthy life. This styrofoam, this ban, especially on the styrofoam, is one initiative that is highly recommended as one of the environmental sustainability for the country. And as Ghana joins other countries like Kenya, like Rwanda, like Morocco, who have already banned single-use plastics, who have already banned styrofoams, and now we know that they are enjoying high economic situations in their country. They have a country that is clean. They have healthy people living in the country. These are examples we want to learn from the countries. You heard from our queen mother of the market, her own experience when she has carried a single-use plastic, a styrofoam packs in her bag to travel. And then when she disposed it off, she was told to bring it back to her country because that is not entertained in that country. So we want to ensure as EPA, we cannot do this all alone. We would have sat in our offices to say, just announce that there's a ban, as we did. But we believe that we can't do that alone. We have to do this with Ghanaians. And that is why we are here at Makola. We also know that our market women play a huge role in this campaign. And we want to really fall on you to support us with the education in the market, in our homes, in our schools, hospitals, everywhere we found ourselves to help us with this campaign. There are alternatives, as you can see. We have shown or demonstrated a few here. We want to eat from papers instead of the styrofoam. We want to eat from products that are biodegradable because the styrofoams are not biodegradable. When it gets mixed up with the soil, it stays in forever without messing up at all. It doesn't degrade with the soil. And so, as demonstrated here by the Backstop Boys, aside that, it has huge impact on our health. We also heard from the EPA Director, Mr. Lomote, on the health impact of this styrofoam. When the hot food is served in a styrofoam, the material leached, and then we get microplastics that mix up with the food. Once it gets into you, it's carcinogenic. You can get cancer. You can get other sicknesses from eating in takeaway, especially if the food is hot. And so we want to move away from eating from takeaway containers. When you set fire, in fact, it's highly inflammable as well. And we can't dispose this off easily. That is why we find them in our gutters and they are choking our gutters. We find them dirtying our environment. When you try burning them, they release also harmful substances. When you inhale, it also causes cancer of the lungs and other cancers that we can't even think of now, even difficult for our medical officers to diagnose. Sometimes you are sick, you go to the hospital over and over again, and they can't even diagnose what is wrong with you. But you know that you are sick. And as the Backstop Boy said, every time the beds in Kolobu are full. Kidney diseases are abundant these days. You want to prevent all of that as much as possible. Aside when we ourselves burn and gives us this harmful smoke that we breathe, we use these styrofoams also in our ceiling materials, in our mattresses. Those are also highly inflammable. So if you have heard houses getting burnt, some of these are because the materials that they are using for these mattresses and the ceiling of our buildings are highly inflammable. These are styrofoams. And so we are banning all of these types of products. Some products are out of the ban because some are used for medical purposes. So that is an engagement we have with the medical officers and not with ordinary Ghanaians. For every ordinary Ghanaian, the ban is on. January 1st, 2027, We don't want to see styrophones in the country. We don't want to see mattresses made of styrofoam. We don't want to see ceiling materials made of styrofoam. We don't want to see packaging, any other packaging made of styrofoam. The EPA will enforce this right on January 1st, 2027. We know there are many festivals coming up. The market women asked a question. They have some in stock. If by January 1, they don't get finished, what would they do? What should they do? That is why we are doing the campaign now. Stop buying from the wholesale. Finish selling what is in your shop now. Between now and January 1, we believe that you will be exhausting what you have in stock. Again, there's a committee in place at the EPA, at the Environmental Protection Authority, that is also thinking through, discussing how best to get this disposed of. And from January 1, when the enforcement team go out through the town, through the shops, through the markets, and if you have any, whether we are going to buy them, whether we're going to replace them with reusable containers or biodegradable packs, or all of that, the answers will come later. For now, the campaign is the styrofoam packs, the expanded polystyrene products are banned in Ghana. On this note, I want to thank you all for your attention. I want to particularly appeal, because of the alternatives. I just remembered one question of what else should we use, because we have become so used to the styrofoam, especially the takeaway packs, because for the past 30 years or so, we have, and in the last 10 years especially, we have used takeaway packs very well in the country. So now the alternatives, which we all must embrace, is the reusable bowls, which we used to use, as the market woman said, our Ayiwa, let's get back to them. The bowls we used to send to buy our wache, let's get back to them. The bowls or cups we used to send to buy our cocoa, let's get back to them. Again, we have very presentable paper packs, aluminum foil. Aluminum foils, we can recycle them. These paper packs are biodegradable. The leaves for wache, we can use them, same leaves, also for our banku. Our plantain leaves are still usable for our banku. Let's get back to them, like the way we still do our kenke. Let's get back to these leaves for our use. And there are even health benefits when we use these leaves. So for the takeaway packs we are banning, the alternatives are available. I also heard about the costs of the alternatives. Yes, they are expensive because the demand is not there. Once we all have a demanding, or we all demand these paper packs or the alternative, the aluminum foil and all of that, the prices will become cheaper because the producers will have job to do. The producers will produce more, and once there's demand and there's supply, all of us will be comfortable, and it will be as cheap as how much we want it, probably to the same value or lesser, like the way we have been used to the takeaway packs. So we appeal to the banks that there are startup companies of these alternative packaging, that we appeal to the banks to provide support systems for them to open up their production as the demands are coming. Because we want to start learning from now, so that by January 1, we will be comfortable using these alternatives. Munyanum, Michelle Mefananimin, as men come out to make a second. In Semede in Chiasonko, Mazama, Ghana for Obibia. Na Oya Environmental Protection Authority. Yejuma yet to and the above hand environments no hoban. Ne ejumani baby only there in the year buying styrofoam product. Last year, NIM President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Obakan Obegum, and Brian is the World Environment Day. There, or they ban styrofoam products. Take away packs, Ozimu Akotan. Into the take away packs, Ozimu Akotana, in the Asia or Makola markets. Pede Obia or Wagane Biara, Otas there. EPA, Yejna here now there. Take away packs and use the bill. Take away, Nifa baby no sha, what's the year? Mattress, I had that door. What's the year? Ceiling were here, Damon. And different other products, Ninara, polystyrene, and now styrofoam. I'm done on infant or Sunday. And ya fine chassis, ya botty. Into Ninano, ya ban. Na ya ban on the Kada Ghana ha obiara on ya asute infama dam in Shishaya. EPA, yes, about or president, Aban Nankasa, or Zatugwa. Na yenyim there, a hobby, na dam styrofoam si. Take away paxi, or the Brahen, or Su, ye do woman you ya torch now, or Tassu, yan got test, or Tassu, yan aquana or the insu, or Fabiara, or Su, on a cajon insu, or ta or you hand away and crown crodo. Into ye now a day ya should say, near J, they used to take away paxon. Aside them, oh, how yan war yan environment, yapo mazino so. No so otum oha is the ban so is a go or yes take away packs numa oha otum omayan yenya cancer into yenyinara yenye asute infama in shisaya abanazabe the ebeje take away ni use ye the date yes atodo the January ye the bronya wia ye wie yen 31st December obi obokwa so bia okọ owie oba eyim there January 1 now about 2 hen war I saw Damon. Yet the 31st, 2026, yet the Kogu Yepe. January 1, take away ban. I shall say EPA, Yaboko, Obiara, ne shop, no office, new school, market. If you are winter now, Yabeje if you win some. Into Mobiara on keep bio, another my Iwobiara, Chan and Sana, January 1. What we would do. Prof, Prof, stay with me. You know how I like to engage you more. Prof, well, into not today, your porch or crown on the 1st January into my young BBA1. What's the one Adama? January 1st. First Naira. Exactly, 2027. Okay. Well, Prof, today, Kasa walk away. If you know when to man can and so now pedal or around on your coffee basis in Como. Our question be able to maybe son. And then I also know that there are some questions, and she said that between now and 1st January, they're going to be addressing most of the concerns. Inti yema me for now way jezi for no wa hade wonya butter. Obia no question. And you answer wa ha biara before 1st January no ebenya answer wa ho. But I also know that the message you can't go yourself every day and every time. So you've put together something that the message can go further, right? You put together a video. You want to tell me about it? A campaign video. The advert. Yes, so we, as I said, we can't do it alone as EPA. And the campaign, the education must continue. So a video has been put together as an advert to continuously be played in our media houses. And we thank Joy News, we thank UTV. Somebody sent me a message that he's watching me on XYZ Wezo. Thanks to GHOne TV, Channel 1, and all the media houses that are carrying our message out there. They will continuously play these videos to advertise, to continuously inform Ghanaians on the ban, the need for the ban, highlights the problems, the challenges we are getting from the use of these styrofoam products, and advice also on the alternatives, where, who to talk to, even in the adverts.
Well, Prof, with your permission, we can show the video right now.
Yes, sure.
Perfect. And do stay with me so that you can duly launch our campaign for us, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, the video you'll be seeing in your homes, on your phones, everywhere. Take a watch.
The Ghana we want tomorrow is built by the choices we make today. Effective 1st January 2027, the Environmental Protection Authority, EPA, bans all expanded polystyrene products, including styrofoam takeaway packs and bowls, styrofoam ceiling tiles, styrofoam mattresses, styrofoam insulation bats, styrofoam packaging blocks, and bubble wraps. The EPA recommends better alternatives of food packaging like paper-based packaging, biodegradable leaf packaging, ceramic plates, and reusable containers. Protecting our environment, safeguarding our future. This campaign is powered by EPA.
This is not the only place we will not end here. The campaign will continue. As we have launched it here in the capital city, the campaign will continue. Now we're going to the greater Kumasi to continue with the campaign. We continue to Takoradi, to Cape Coast, come back to Tema, and continue everywhere in the country to make sure that every Ghanaian get to hear of this. Thank you very much.
Prof, that's Papa. Thank you very much in your area. For now, in the area, in Tiketnasi. That's Papa. Right, ladies and gentlemen, quickly before we get into the market for our interaction, our campaign has been duly launched, and so I'm just going to be inviting my sisters and their beauty queens. You have watched them on TV, you have voted for them, you have believed their words, and today as well, they're carrying the message a lot further. They are going to be speaking to you in the language you understand better and send the message home for you. First, where gan ake gama shikpo gama noni alo manye nakaino ewo. I'm just going to be inviting Queen Dede to come and break everything. You've heard a lot of gam, but it's special when you hear it from a beauty queen, you know. So Dede will tell us and summarize what we've heard so far in gam.
Oh, you are done. I will have feel. Ago ni me kename. Nyeme kecheme ke onukpa ife ni yobiene mimbanye de omanye. Achomi Dede Botry, Ghana's most beautiful pageant ni TV3 for 2020 meaning wo akekle keba gadangbe mami. Ewo ni ngene Environmental Protection Agency program na fio ye biene niji say no to styrofoam products launch Yahishiba mi imba wo microphone ni mingbila ni bia mi kenchonya ye gamni ga hwa ywe pi ewo ni tashide nche mi ndwan ka ywe fe wo nwepo ma ywe keje shin kefio ni ba fataye ewo ka ke styrofoam mi ni ji styrofoam ina ke shin Bastard Boys bi ba chonwo paper pack ona takeaway pack ni GHOne indomie titiri shagbene hwe ke oyahe wache ababi ba ke osmo rubber low small ahaban osmo bar low small pack ewo bepi mi den che ke fe small bar shika gbini san he fio sani kawale aye ni wo make mi small pack na kan pack eyen no jino na bane no ni Bastard Boys bi eba chonwo no ni yomi e wona ke petrol hwe no ni fensili shimo no na ke fio na kan pack je pack fio obana no no ake shin ayemi kopo ayemi plate ni ji plate ayemi bowl e wo material na ke fe take away no no anya ke fio ni BP no fe aka bani Noni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ke January 2027 many ho don many here who sani work by him, many care horny, sani work back any homo. Ni no fianon work a few, sani work for me. I've been ne can styrofoam ne, allo polystyrene products na chone, je no na ke yonimpe. She aha examples come ke okwe wo board ni yo biene ake styrofoam bubble wrap. Ona ke bepi ke ohe glass ni dra. Obana ke rubber ko hahi. She rubber emitiwa ni ona ke make be a kesho. No me hu baya. Agbene hu styrofoam blocks. Ona ke ko he TV, alo fridge, alo ni bi ni minchichi. Ke o gbele adeka na. Ona ke take away material ne eko ye he. No me fa ba pa fe mo. Agbene hu wo sacho ni wo kan no, ni ji mattress foam ni wo kan no. Eko me ye ni akeneke styrofoam products ni ji neke polystyrene ne foam ni wo kan no ni wo ake fe eko me wo no me fa ba pa fe mo. Agbene wo ceiling ni ji court tumi o ceiling na ni yo nwe inside no. Je no ni yo agbe na je zingle shin no ni ko tatwe mi ni ona no hu ekome ake neke polystyrene ne fe wo no me hu styrofoam products ni fe abakpa fe mo ke agbene no fiano ni neke polystyrene ne ya mi abakpa fe mo ewo no ni ma sumo ni nke fata no ni ayo mo eheji neke products ne no ne woni sani wakpa yusumo ake they are not biodegradable ni twa ke wo use ni wo che wo fon esele ona no many chion wo gota ya mi ne woni ke nyungo ne fio pe eke wo twa mi fen yimo e woni ake wakpa yusumo ni ke ofo ye hu akeshin oba shan ko shan la suni jomi fe fata ni wona cancer e wole hu ehin e hwefio ake nya tashi e wo no ni peri nke ba fata eji no mi ani tashi mi dwan ke ne ke ban ni afio alo ke wota she ko le government e ba announce akeshin aka fe ne kan ka fe ne ken ke otashia alo to ya he oni eni alo te market ni boden cho ya fo ni kefe efio wa keshin ko he ko me pe efite no ko shike mo fia mo keke he ko me pe na efite no ko e ba fite no fia no e wo min panye fai keje bia nepo wakpa yusumo she especially keje January 2027 ni wo His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama eke waka use min pa wo fen wo fai akeshin wo make sure ake ko ye heni mokwe na bopoe ka yusu nyeradon.
Hello Ghana man yana ni ejano mempenyufo a mohyiemu wa ha pacho mechiamo ya ba ha enye bone empenyufo se eye bone kra ye krem ye empenyufo na kasa pi wona kanini na enti me de kakre bi na besoso me kure ne kasa no make example you see say ye to your television a sa wo eto da yesa no ye yipa ye bu ne ye de ensa apone na se to almost so pa enche na nkuko na ewu enti bibi say near da ye take away park ama o say didi wo mu a me pa cho mo sha eye enti mesre mo ya ma ye deadline say by 1st January 2027 year bande ye ma me mu pi adane mo how na say me pa cho ansa me ma mo nton biom efi say nkwa wo he ehu hia na so wo nkwa na wo adie ni na medam ase
ago ne Ghana duko menyi banemi kata onkonyenye selom anye jijoga be milemia dome egba be mia honcho styrofoam kwe zazang miafe Environmental Protection Agency a obe migaze styrofoam products a be take away no susukate banto nye be styrofoam products a oma nyinyo na efia be omate they are not biodegradable omata nyinyo eta over hana miafe gata okple miafe echimojo na chija echinava de mento mi probe echiava jani chova ya ade amagade eye okplo styrofoam products a be take away parkos evelia nye be nemi anjoji odumlet styrofoam products a be take away mena na tolele kuyo abe cancer agena de miafe ehuome kenke mi gaza miataza paper bago miataza glass agbakakple kapo eta miafe EPA kakple Ghana government obe 1st January miga gazen take away pakazo eye obe biam show miagbo biam show zukokata shikle ngogbo nola obe wakpa shide yonchi be campaign yake wom yola waje fiato ajegato akpenami.
Dasba Yulun Boni Tungte Dahamani Manandadi Ghana's most beautiful 2022 Nanoma Asanzanama Pamba Umfuhresunka Maltrea Zungo Dabsulungotan Lamnama Kashale His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Titangbang Zolana Wunazan Opalan Zuna Enchanted Bene EPA Environmental Protection Authority Lubang Bamanga, Nabi and Nangsham, Kagana Chantoni. Bakwa Shangagaria, Tinya Sashanida Luna Ka Yetu Ashedan Katabilla have what not to tell Yetu Ashedan Danang Ma. Navia da idea Ka Shabuni Lauren Nama, the Zahama, Tana Shadan Dana. Kashale, Robin nam Shangatan Direpuni, come and they take away Nama. Then yard take away Shangabanzang, Umpa table was on I put for I chanted that Bendrogo. Indomikayanda, Watekayanda, Sam Kayanda, Robama Kabianzang Ban Sama. Dama, today I know Sam. Then you lemonang to Manane. Jaine, Kanungula, Amma Boade, Bom, and Tamlin, Karabikadi. Ama pumpong roba nungom pa de ben shakamzaha didn't cha cancer pa nkana tibe hagofuni kan never pam under the wahala those His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Yelmeya Nizan Chang next year in la 1st January 2027 nyung songo mali take away roba on kwahara benzero nyung pak mamanga ka achela la bingi armazaha see you meet at the banka mande Ka Accra ko kabiyan launch la program ngoma bon kana kuma say high tamale you come to tamale right those high tamale biyan kamana those ya chan firama nungjo ti meet tamale ni yelbisha comes I'm saying that when we meet in tamale I will speak more but for now I'll end it for right now for ya pam
Standing on existing protocol, I want to correct something. My able MC said I was from Upper West. Please, I'm from Upper East. Yes. Anu biabam akiali. Then as you saying to the Environmental Protection Authority mo. No na wo bio ni be nwa mo de ba wo yo say ni. Do yo say ni wo be nwa mo. De pack end na ma ya wudiru to kubalana. Benki kubalana na manga mama na me take away packs ya ma ya wudi ku na lona na neni wudi ku kwenku nyemo. It means that kubapa yezura so government don't wait from 1st of January 2027 o last ti de kwe wa ko ma de de ya no na wo bio ni de ni na brava no ya kanto ba beba ni sidna man de jire ya to la maya de makabe mom government way da ye yana ya de ana jire ya loton mayantia aba mati akia lede de
Good day, Hanye. I told me now I can't lay a gentete. Seeing ya me now the day you gone, we were my yada. Yenya men, KHMA. Pianino Kawanga here, and Wanga Lana Wadenia Jika. Kaje January 1st. No man, now I can year, network, I take away no more. Nyabejua, Yaman, me who can a conga jua. I'm a conscan all day. Koloka je pio ke asu December mo make sure ka ma jua no me kla na nga storm yo e ja kan blame makwo wa wo food flask ka ya hio ni eni la wa yo se mono take away obanga here chole cha take away opele hu no me na ke peto chunji amlin ke no me kla ja ma roba no me kla ke hio le nga wo ha ko be wa me o ma de ke se blame makwo sika cha me ya hio ino se mono wo kla wa nga hio no le wa nga gbo cancer ba nga here kolo wa panye pe nenye naka no na eje na wa ba hi opiani no ino Environmental Protection Authority bi o me la nye wa hem ke ba hi opiani no nye pe no.
Thank you. Yes, I represented the Central Region, but not Cape Coast. I'll speak a little of Ewutu. I'm not fluent, but I'll try. Thank God my esteemed CEO has done the fancy for me. Miniani na misani. Te ania ye fadibe. Ania bani take away parks and other products from the scope of the ban. Njota ania ye fadibe. Tadia ye fadibe. Ania asadite. Ani miso aditebo take away to. Ani ni boyo. Ani ni wana osobo leaf to. And then we are banning it from January 2027. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much. So, Tewa attempted a Wutu. And then Nas spoke Ada. And then Wekea spoke Kasim. And then Teya spoke Dagbani. And she's promising to speak more when we come up to Tamale. Salom, of course, spoke Eve. Abena spoke Chi. And then Na Dede, the landowners, they spoke Ga. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll hear a little announcement from the CEO before we do our engagement. But quickly, Manye didn't come alone. She has her special announcement. So I'm just going to be passing the microphone to our Queen Mother, who's been hosting us today, to announce the people that she came with today.
I go. Jano ye fe come femo. E come femo. E come femo. Enye fane na foni ni achemie. Banye liake manye come nye. E won come mba. Ihie njala nye mekpanakui na machine no. Kanesh manye bie. Demonstration manye bie. Abekam jala nye manye bie. Abek adabraka manye bie ne millennium agbogloshi manye me fe ka me nye keba ilia keke se kampe abaya me jale ko mami mbo shisani ake manye me amebale nini yano dani abote amejala mi jano ye fe ko me fe mo ye iradon nyoma jonye fe.
Thank you very much. We're almost closing the launch, and the CEO will have the opportunity, and as well together with the team, engage our market women, the traders here as well, on the campaign that's been launched today. A gentle reminder, if you just joined us, you have missed out a lot, but from today you'll be seeing the EPA either in your office, in the marketplace, anywhere that this campaign has to go to. But the reminder that Ghana bans polystyrene from products. We're protecting our environment, and it is our collective responsibility. Prof, you have a special announcement to make.
Thank you very much, MFA, for giving me the opportunity again to be here. Whilst we are here as the Environmental Protection Authority, it is important to also mention our new initiative, which we have started. Now the EPA services are now online. EPA services are now online. We are protecting the environment. We expect all undertakings to obtain permits from EPA. We guide you how to operate so you have minimal impact on the environment. So for you to obtain your permits. All our services are now online. You go to clients.epa.gov.gh. clients.epa.gov.gh. So that is clients, client.epa.gov.gh. That is where you can apply for your permits. You don't need to come to our offices unless you have been invited to come to our offices. You can apply for permits from the comfort of your home, from the comfort of your office, from the comfort of your traffic. Even in the market, you can apply for EPA permits whilst you do anything you are doing from the comfort. And for EPA, our main mandate is to protect the environment. I know that most of the people, most undertakings do not know that they need EPA permit. If you are in doubt, just look for EPA office anywhere or go to our website and check if you need EPA permit. But from where we stand, any activity you do, any commercial activity you do that affects the air, that affects the water, that affects the land, it means you need EPA permits. But as I said, when you're in doubt, check with us. We'll clear you, and then you continue with your work. Thank you very much. Apply for your permits online.
Thank you very much, Prof. You don't have to climb anymore. The work starts now. And you're leading our staff, all staff of EPA. We're engaging market women. And Prof, you have all the permission to go in front of my microphones. All EPA staff, ladies and gentlemen, the work has just started, and Prof is leading the team and will be engaging the traders around here, market women, everybody that this message needs to get to. Prof will be leading all the staff of EPA to do that engagement. But if you've missed the entire program, in summary, this morning through to nearly afternoon, just in line with the President's directive on the ban of polystyrene, with the popular name styrofoam products, we've been addressing a major environmental pollution, and the Environmental Protection Authority is a lead campaigner on this directive. And today, the 28th day of July, we've come to the heart of Accra, Makula Market, Rollins Park, to engage traders. To as well tell you that that directive on the ban, 1st of January 2026, is still holding. And we must prepare to get rid of all of our styrofoams. We've been live on GHOne News, we've been live on TV3, we've been live on GHOne TV, UTV as well. Earlier, we saw a demonstration by the bus stop boys demonstrating how harmful it is to use the styrofoam products, particularly the takeaway packs that you like to enjoy your wache in, you like to enjoy your gobe in. Happening now. Happening now is the engagement by all EPA staff, and it is led by the EPA boss, the CEO of the Environmental Protection Authority, engaging traders here at the Makola Market or traders here at the Rollins Park. I can as well see Lions International standing firm and in solidarity as well with the CEO and all staff of EPA. During the engagements, everybody is ready to take your question, your answers, your concerns. If you need some answers to some questions, they will be answering them for you. All the concerns that have been raised, if you didn't get an answer, this is the opportunity to engage the CEO. And at least seek some clarity, seek some answers. Because She's been quite firm, and she says that the ban really starts on the 1st of January 2027. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any question that was not addressed here, please, you can approach any staff member of EPA and ask them. The EPA, as an institution itself, has started with the non-using of styrofoams in their office. If you visit them, you will see. And so I expect the EPA in your office, a market near you. I look forward to the engagement in the Volta region. We're doing a nationwide campaign. This event was brought to you live on Joy News, TV3, GHOne, and UTV as well from the heart of Accra here, Makola. Rollins Park particularly. We've had some good engagement. Our market women have been understanding, led by the Queen Mother herself. And this afternoon, the campaign doesn't just begin and end here at the Rollins Park. It as well will expand to other parts of the country. Let me engage my friend here. Mumbra, you're frozen.
Hello, I just switched on. Yeah, please, I'm Jonathan Lamte. I go by the name Onrele Chukubela.
The Jonathan Lamte, you don't go by it.
That's my performance name, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the name they used to call me.
Okay.
You can go on social media, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Onrele Chukubela. Yeah.
So
and you know,
today, are you going to be eating in any of these takeaway packs?
oh no, I can't.
You can't.
Yeah, because what I just saw right now is like obstacle in my heart. Yeah. You know, so it's like, yeah, the thing is serious because how can you use petrol to burn this? And you know, yeah, if it enters you, yeah, my liver is shaking inside me as I saw this. Yes, it's like, no, don't use this thing again. That's why, yeah, my people, that's why we brought this. You can eat inside this, the wooding and the, the paper pack and the leaves. Yeah. Oh, you can clap for me.
But you're not done.
Yeah, I'm not done. But, as we are speaking.
You want the fans or you want Mora?
Yeah, Mora. Yeah, that's it.
So which part of Accra do you live? I want to see how you're going to take the message to your community. Okofie now, what are you going to tell them?
Yeah, I'm going to tell them what I just saw about how we call them. I forget their name.
Well, the Bastard Boys.
Yeah, the Bastard Boys.
They won't be happy with you at all.
Please, thank you for the experiment
the demonstration.
Yeah, I'm going to tell my friends what I just saw. But please, can you give me your video so that I can show it to them? Maybe
if I'm saying... they have some on their page. Okay,
please. So I'm going to share these videos and, the messages to my friends. What I just see, that, this what's the name?
Polystyrene.
Polystyrene.
What's it? Come close. Come here. Come.
Okay.
Polystyrene.
Okay, that's polystyrene. And, when you go to UK, that's how we say polystyrene.
No, they don't say polystyrene. Don't be happy with you. They say polystyrene.
Okay. Say no to polystyrene.
Good.
Yeah.
Well done.
You see, you're clapping for me. You're clapping for me. Clap for me. Yeah, polystyrene. Yeah, say no to polystyrene because it's harmful for your health. Yeah, that's what I'm going to tell them.
For your mother who has been using it for years, will you be able to convince her? Or your auntie or your grandmother, would you be able to convince them? All you have to do is show them the Bastard Boys, their video.
I can convince them and I'll show the video to them so that they can believe it and trust it to burn these things. Yeah. So right now, we are about to do everything Yeah, we have to ban inside this country.
We're banning it already.
I get this 1st November. We are banning it.
You what say?
Yeah, we are banning it. Yeah, minyanka 1st November. Because what I just see.
I don't know if August, if September, if October, now November.
Yeah, because
what's the special likeness for November?
Yeah, because what I just saw right now is like
you want it now.
I wanted now because my liver and my kidney are shaking. Just like burn it right now. Yes, that's
okay. Which other language do you speak?
Oh, I speak I speak Tree. I speak English. Yes.
You speak Ga, you speak Chi.
I speak English.
Okay, what no Ga ping? Man, boy, Ramos and
Chi. Okay, please, good morning.
Area bo, bra.
Hey, please, afternoon. Me person, me can't say like
what's the Chi?
The Chi is not coming well, so let's promote to Ga.
Okay, let's go.
Open it to where you are. I can't rubber take away polystyrene.
Very good.
Polystyrene. Oh, clap for me. Clap for me. That's my madam. One madam. Polystyrene. Yeah, what kind polystyrene? No ani on our kata ke would be a chokio. On an drain can be a chokio because of any ke oyeni emi onwishi no cheerful bia no ko be why you be to 1 hour no opia ko lololo because it's like I don't know how they made this thing ebe to me you can chomblo for em fine sorry ile be na afa ni ha bia no na perpetuation park it's like I'm wondering like yes. You've learned
a lot. You're going to be a good ambassador to your community. It will cost a shang mene. Ingbe found
Opane injela la man fair from. She afobiega. Inja buko.
Oja buko. Me wang mene ka oshi beng boya.
Opane mi ala.
Oh yala. Koshela. No care me no ba na ye biene.
Opane. Hey, don't free away. Yeah, so Mr. DJ, we are about to my point. We are about to show you something. So you don't worry, don't go. Then
are you about to dance? That'd be so nice. You and your partner.
Yeah, and my DJ is there, DJ Bobo. I get my driver, and MCAK, my driver Red, Hey, wow.
This is the official launch of the GPS Public Awareness of the planning of the that's happening in January 2023. Expect the EPA in your office, in your name. Let's go.
Hello, good afternoon. This is Newsroom Live on GHOne Television with me, Awisi Dede Jange. Our headlines this afternoon. Environmental Protection Agency begins awareness drive ahead of government's plan ban styrofoam. Asante Hene Otumfuo Setutu II, the Stew's paramount chief of Kenya State No. 2, over alleged violation of Asante customs and traditions. GPRTU holds meeting with officials of Transport Ministry over threat to increase transport fares by 30% over rising fuel prices. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. The news is coming to you live from our Platinum studio here in Accra, and it's also streaming live on Facebook at GHOne TV. This afternoon, President John Dramani Mahama today welcomed the president of Gabon, who begins a 3-day tour official visit to Ghana aimed at deepening the long-standing ties between the two countries. Well, the president of Gabon was received at the Jubilee Lounge of the Accra International Airport by President Mahama, supported by the Chief of Staff, Dr. Julius Debra, Minister for Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, and the Gender Minister, Dr. Agnes Na Momolate, including a host of other senior government officials. He also inspected a guard of honor before receiving a welcome from the Gabonese community in Ghana. The visit, which runs from July 28 to 30, will see the president of Gabon visit the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, after which the two leaders will hold a private meeting before leading official bilateral talks at the Jubilee House. Discussions will focus on expansion in trade and investment, mining, energy, agriculture, forestry, fisheries, maritime affairs, transport, tourism, education, health, defense, and security. A presidential aide for government's communication, Dr. Sami Aye, said the NDC government inherited a completely useless economy, pointing out inflation was at its maximum during the previous government. Speaking on GH today, he reaffirmed the government's commitment to managing and strengthening the economy as they have control and dominance over the economy across the first 2 years in government.
25. For the first time in several years, the Ghanaian cedi actually appreciated to the dollar. Sure. Over 40%.
That's actually
over 24% against the British pound and 37% against the euros. So, on all counts, there was the clearest indication that the NDC government and President John Dramani Mahama and the finance minister, Bank of Ghana governor, Gold Board, and all the other stakeholders, that the government has clearly demonstrated enough commitment, demonstrated enough experience over the management of the economy, unlike our predecessors. Clearly, they didn't know nothing about the management of the economy. They were just all over the place, engaging in political rhetoric and shifting blame from one leader to the other. That has not been seen under this government. So clearly, if you are listening to the finance minister last week during the mid-year review, you will see a government that had control and dominance over the management of the economy. A government that knew exactly what it was doing. A government that came into office, inherited a completely useless economy and turned it around into an economy that spurs growth.
Meanwhile, a member of the NPP legal team, Bernard Kwame Oredu, said the country exiting IMF is great news, but Ghanaians should observe what happens to the economy after.
We don't dispute the fact the government has made some investments, but at least some references should be made to the interventions made by the previous government. And it is not as if the previous government put the economy into an abyss. It was the effect of COVID and all that. But significant changes were made towards the end of 2023 and 2024. So about IMF, it has always been the case that when IMF is in town, it's like the sheriff. Everybody acts well and everybody does what is supposed to be done. But the moment they leave town, I mean, we all go haywire, and we've been there before. We know what happens when IMF leaves town. So the exiting is good news, but I would rather adopt a wait-and-see approach.
Okay.
That when the sheriff was in town, there were mentions of physical discipline, consolidations, living within the budget and all that. The moment sheriff leaves town, we know what happens. So in terms of the exit of the IMF, I would rather adopt a wait-and-see approach. That now that, of course, there's the PCI, but now that the IMF is sort of out of town, let's see what happens. So, yes, it's good news that we've exited. I mean, no one would want to have somebody looking through his businesses and all that in the person of IMF, shadowing everything we do as a country and all that. So it's good news, but on that score, I would say that let's wait and see what pans out after the exit. That is all I'll say.
Finance and economic policy analyst Richmond Mawunyo Akpa said the true measure of economic stability preached about is when it reflects in the pocket of every Ghanaian. He further emphasized that the government should adopt and execute policies that would be of benefit to every household across the country.
It was so deep that it hurts the households in the pocket of every Ghanaian. Yes, inflation reducing to 5.3% doesn't mean that when you go to the market, the prices of goods are going to be cheaper. What it means is that the level at which prices increase in our economy is going to be very slow.
Okay.
So normally, if you could buy a bottle of water today at 2 cedis, tomorrow it goes to 3 cedis. It means when you go to buy a bottle of water at 2 cedis today, when you go tomorrow, the increase might be about 2 cedis, 5 pesos. That is what it means. But then the true measure of the economic stability that we are all preaching is when it reflects in the pockets of the everyday Ghanaian.
Absolutely.
So these two situations can coexist. However, the budget needs to ensure that this government's policies, because this government has put in a lot of policies to ensure that Ghanaian households have the benefits, the Feed Ghana program, the Grow Ghana program, and then ensuring that households are direct beneficiaries.
Chief Executive Officer of Ghana's Environmental Protection Agency, Professor Nana Ama Brown-Kluche, has described styrofoam as a major environmental threat, warning that its continued use is worsening pollution and placing unsustainable burden on the country's waste management system. She's urging Ghanaians, manufacturers and businesses to follow and support government's planned ban on styrofoam product, stressing that the move is essential to protecting public health, safeguarding water bodies and preserving the environment for future generations.
Ghana is at a critical stage in its environmental management and sustainable development journey. We know that over the past decades, the 3 decades, plastics have become heavily embedded in our national economy, and they support also key sectors in the economy. Whilst plastics have provided convenience and also cost advantages to us, their use, especially in the single-use plastics, have resulted in heavy environmental consequences, including health challenges as well. Today, The Environmental Protection Authority is here to officially launch the awareness campaign against the ban on this polystyrene, styrofoam takeaway packs. Some we use for sealing in our buildings, some we use for mattresses that we sleep on. So this awareness is about education. Over 10 years already, we are still battling with how to deal with floods. And we know one solution is to ban these styrofoam. We thank the president for this push.
Let's go to the Ashanti region because the Asantehene Otumfuo Osei II has destood the paramount chief of Kenya's number 2, Nana Kwabena Insia Abebio, over alleged violation of Asante customs and traditions. The session also saw the removal of nearly all the area's kingmakers for breaching their oath of office, bringing to an end the reign of the chief, who is widely regarded as the longest-serving paramount chief in Asante-Man after occupying the stool for 89 years. The development was announced during proceedings at Mishia Palace.
Baby Abedro. No president, I say, oh, baby Abedro. ATI. Yeah. Oh, baby Abedro. Oh, so baby Abedro. Eba, Mr. Kwabraviye. Eba, Mr. Kwabraviye. Yo. Mr. Kwabraviye. Oh, so Eba, Mr. Kwabraviye. Eba, Kwabraviye. Eba, Kwabraviye. Oh, baby Abedro. Oh, so baby Abedro. Name of the mate is a woman. I call out now to Kobuiri and him Jadi. Sister, that's what can I say? Oh, my man, or sister, made us walk. What to go here and go to give. ATI. Who was your punter? Who was your punter? Whom we ain't. Yeah, who will cry? Who we any a guy, yes, sir. Come over, sir. Yeah, where you are, someone was so. Yeah, to play as well as away. Yeah, or more to go to the previous. We are for Korean, we don't forget that we don't have ATI. Security. As I remember, I will use what you go up with you. Although I saw you don't walk with you, not in the answer. All you go with you. Who want to offering that? Sigabana, but no, who want to cry? Sabana, will not put down, no, but nobody go. I don't just a minimum. Yeah, no, you know, I make a brand of yeah. So, what's the real one? There's a brand. So we got away. I go out, they want to be in the view. So we're not
Joining us live is Ashanti regional correspondent Isaac Bediakon to help us appreciate this development better. Isaac, what specific breaches of the customs and tradition the Asantehene mentioned were cited for this particular destoolment?
So this chief in particular, according to the charges that were preferred against him in Nigeria Palace yesterday, was that one, the land that he currently ruling over is a land that belongs to King Hassan number 1. But back then, they came to plead and settle in King Hassan number 2. But currently, he has sustained his boundaries and trying to even create divisional chiefs within the Kenya number 1. Those who are even the rightful owner of Kenya number 1 and 2. And so Otumfuo saw that decision by the chief as disrespect. Secondly, the chief is also reported to have knelt down in public to apologize to the wife that he has offended. And Otumfuo described that development as unfortunate and very disrespectful to his family members. Quite apart from that, he has also created 5 divisional chiefs for his children are also not royals because it's only the father who is the royal, but he comes from the matrilineal side, and so the children cannot be, ensued as chiefs. And so these were some of the things that Otumfuo and the Asante Council thought that he has disrespected the traditional practice, therefore takes the destoolment as the chief of Kenya number 1.
Isaac, in this video we just played, we understand that some kingmakers in that particular area were also affected in this. What does this say to the traditional ruling structure there?
Well, because he is a paramount chief, and there are other chiefs that are going to also be, they are also likely to be dispute, but you have to listen to their side of the story first.
Okay.
So these are some of the developments that happen. And now what they are saying is that the chiefs, traditional leaders, must respect tradition. If you become a chief, you cannot create stools for your family, your children. You have nephews, you have, granddaughters, thousands, among other things. But it appears these days some of the chiefs want to create stools for their children, for which reason a chief war is being fed on the tradition, making sure that chiefs do not overstep their boundaries in what they are supposed to do traditionally.
What about the people in the area? How have they been reacting to this?
Well, some are excited, some are also not. Some believe the man is very intimidating. Some believe the wife is even more powerful than him. And so now that he has been dispute, I mean, they are all going to be on the equal playing field. And so some are excited, but his immediate family members, some were not, but some were quite excited about the ruling that came in Manchia yesterday.
Okay, thank you so much, Isaac Bediako, for bringing us up to speed on what is happening in that particular region. Isaac is our Ashanti regional correspondent. To other stories, Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin is urging parents to reconsider sending their children abroad for education at an early age, warning that the practice could weaken family ties and their connection to Ghana. Speaking at the launch of the National Integrity Award Scheme at Parliament, Mr. Bagbin said parents who send their children overseas too early risk permanently losing their bond with them.
And many of you who rush your children abroad to study, I beg you, you don't love your children because you know you are going to lose them. It's when they study here and get to a stage of maturity and they want to advance and they're going to do masters, PhD, and that kind of thing, then you have hope that they'll come back. Those you carry as babies and send there, they don't even come to your funeral. It's true. They don't know you. They don't have any attachment. They don't like your country. There's no patriotism there. They don't know what is a family. Because over there, there's nothing like that. If there's something smelling in the house, they call the law enforcement with that, hey, there's some scent coming from this flat. They go there, and the carriers will pick the body, and that's the end. And you send them to go and be there. Please, I beg you.
The Deputy Minister for Education, Dr. Clement Apak, has reaffirmed the government's commitment to strengthening complementary education as a key driver of literacy and inclusive learning across the country. He noted that investing in the sector is essential to expanding educational opportunities, particularly for learners in underserved communities.
Complementary education provides alternative learning opportunities for out-of-school children and adults, equipping them with literacy, numeracy, and practical skills while creating pathways into the formal education system. The Complementary Education Agency under the Ministry of Education is stepping up efforts to strengthen the delivery of these programs nationwide. At a meeting with regional directors, Deputy Minister for Education, Dr. Clement Apak, urged officials to intensify supervision and monitoring at the district level to ensure accountability and demonstrate the impacts of the agency's work in support of continued government funding.
Our mothers, our fathers who have not received formal education, it is the responsibility of complementary education agency to also organize classes and tutor them in the fundamentals, numeracy, literacy, citizenship, and in these days, even basic computer knowledge, so that they can become full functioning members of society. When we say we don't want any Ghanaian to be left out, it is the complementary education agency that covers all Ghanaians who currently are not in formal education.
As part of efforts to improve operations, Dr. Clement Apak presented ICT equipment to the agency for distribution to regional and district offices.
So this equipment is to enhance the work of the regional directors, and we expect that it will trickle down to the district directors so that as many Ghanaians as possible who need the services of the complementary education agency would be given those services. So we are prioritizing complementary education agency, and I must say that they are doing a good job.
Executive Director of the Complementary Education Agency, Daniel Kwesi Ashiama, welcomed the support and appealed to corporate organizations and development partners to complement government efforts by investing in the agency's program to help reach more learners nationwide.
We are dealing with 30 desktop and then 30 printers. On this short note, I would like to appeal to all Ghanaians who feel like supporting us, because we have 261 districts and we are in representation in all these districts. Our budget is small, and so we started with this. Next year, what we are going to do is that we are going to acquire more computers, and those who would like to help us too, and start giving those districts that meet our target.
The Complementary Education Agency says sustained collaboration between government, the private sector, and development partners will be critical to expanding educational opportunities, reducing illiteracy, and ensuring that no learner is left behind.
It's time for some business news now.
The Business Brief is brought to you by CompuGhana, passion for technology.
In business, the Ghana Private Roads Transport Union says it has agreed to put on hold its proposed 30% transport fare increase following a meeting with the Ministry of Transport. According to the union, government has assured transport operators it is working to stabilize fuel prices. GPRTU says it will therefore wait until Friday when the next fuel pricing window takes effect. If fuel prices fail to reduce as expected, the union says it will return to the negotiating table to decide its next course of action.
I can see all the drivers are complaining, and it's very difficult for drivers to work and at the close of the day get something to be taken home because of this fuel hikes. Speaking to you now, diesel is almost at 18 cedis per liter, and petrol is also almost 15 cedis per liter. And where it has gotten to, we all understood that anytime the fuel prices rises up to 10% threshold, then there is the possibility for us to also, come up with an increment. We also normally don't look at only petroleum products. We consider the other spare parts, lubricants, and taxes. All these things has gone up. So that is why, drivers are proposing, a 30% increment. That should the government, don't do anything about what we use a 30% increment for negotiation. So that is exactly what we propose on. We came up with a release, last week, and we gave the government up to last Saturday that they should try and do something about the reporting to get anything from them. Until today, we had a call from the ministry that tomorrow they are going to meet the leadership of the transport unions. We don't know what they are going to tell us, even if they had an arrangement of maybe, bringing the fuel price down. I think that would be a good news. The normal procedure that we normally go through before we come up with increments, we go through that same procedure, then we know what to do.
So the bite you just heard was a conversation that was held before the meeting today. But let's stay a little longer on this because General Secretary of the Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council for Emmanuel Ohene-Yeboah has joined me on phone to have a conversation. Emmanuel, good to have you on the program. What exactly did government tell you for your association to rescind your decision?
I'm sorry, I can hardly hear you. You can raise your voice a bit.
I'm asking you, what were the details of the meeting earlier today?
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We had a meeting briefly with the ministry yesterday. But it was not related to the double fare increase because the window is about ending and yet to open another window in 2-3 days time. So we are only monitoring the numbers. When the numbers comes up and there's a need for us to do, before we know there has been some adjustment, upward adjustment for some time now. But because it didn't meet the threshold of increase, we just didn't know. So we are monitoring the numbers. If it comes up that going beyond the level that we have to trigger the scratching, we'll definitely do that.
So then this break is just for a short period then, because if the prices come up, definitely transport fares will be increased. Is that what you're saying?
Well, you see, the prices have been, dilly-dallying for the past few months now. And that is what makes it difficult for us to do adjustment as soon as we see the increase. So if it goes, if the increase continues this trend, the fees is going to come down anytime soon. So we'll have to look at it. Once it comes down, it weakens our stance because the numbers, the percentage will not match the agreed level of, that's the discussion.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Emmanuel Ohene-Yeboah. He's the General Secretary of the Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council, speaking with me on a meeting they held with the Transport Ministry on threat of increasing the transport fares. And that brings us to the end of Newsroom here on GHOne Television with me, Awisi Dede. Jange, have a wonderful afternoon.